Namaste, hello and welcome. You're here today for Blitz N Burn, session number 5, the grand finale. You've made it this far, people. Good effort so far. You should have felt the whole body's had a fantastic workout. We've really got you moving. We've burned some serious calories in the process. So today's going to finish you off a treat. So we need to make sure you're warmed up fully. We're going to loosen you off as always. Take you through a gentle warm-up and make sure you're ready for the exercise ahead. So just beginning by opening up through the chest, through the shoulders, through the arms, swinging the arms, opening it the whole way through. You can get a little bit of a side-stepping movement or marching on the spot in there at the same time if you choose to. So next up, a little bit of rotation, taking you into just some loose arms, nice and floppy, rotating the torso, getting the hips moving. Have a little bounce, a little bit of a shake in the process if you need to. Excellent, good job. So really loosening that body off and getting it ready for what it's got in the store today. So we're going to take you into a few shoulder and arm circles next. And again, get those legs moving if you choose to. It's going to make your warm up a little bit more effective if we can get the whole body moving at the same time. That's it. So taking the arms back round the other way. So pretending we're in the swimming pool, doing the butterfly strokes. We're getting the arms moving and we're doing them standing. So a little bit of a shake, a little bit of a bounce out if you need to next. Get a heart rate up. Going to take you into some side flexion, getting the hips as well as the spine warmed up next. So keeping the feet fairly wide and just reaching down the outside edge towards each knee respectively. So you can feel the abdominals as well as the hips, getting a bit of a stretch and a bit of mobilisation there. So taking the arm up into the air now, really opening up through the side of the body and increasing that stretch and that mobility. There we go, brilliant, looking good. So remember, the bolder your movements, the wider you go with those legs and those arms, the more effective it's going to be. So back into the start position, have a little shake out, get that blood moving again a bit. So it's going to rotate the ankles as well as the wrists at the same time today. It's going to be quite a challenging session, so we need to make sure the whole body's prepared. Excellent. So taking them both directions, make sure we're getting that mobility really kicking in. Have a little shake out in between. Excellent, there we go. And changing legs. Still keeping the wrists moving, but just changing into the opposite ankle. Okay, so really taking it through the full range of motion. Getting those joints warmed up. That's it, looking good. So really focus on that warm-up. Excellent, good job. Shaking it out, loosening it off. So next up, just going to go for a few knee drives. So we're driving the knee. Getting the hip to stretch on the front, a little bit of hip extension, using the arms for a bit of balance, changing legs after doing a couple on each side. Make sure that you've got your balance, of course. We don't want anyone falling over today. There you go, brilliant. A little bit of a jog, a little bit of a bounce or shake out in between. So next up, I'm just going to go into some high knee marches. Bring the arms into it a little bit if you need to. Again, that's just going to make it a little bit more effective on your warm-up. So next up, kicking the bum, remember, try and bring that heel up all the way if you can. I'm going to bring the arms into it as well. So we're going to do some shoulder presses, some chest presses, some rows. Anything we can do just to get that body warmed up nicely today. And straight in to a first set of squats for today. So get those legs warmed up, get the hips moving. Remember, want to get those bum muscles firing up as well as the thighs. Okay, so it's important to make sure our body is fully functioning before we go into today's session. As always, you're working at your own pace. It is going to be a toughie today though. I'm warning you in advance. So some of the exercises you might recognise, some of them might be a bit new to you. Right, so start bouncing about a little bit. Let's get those arms and legs moving. Start getting the heart rate up a little bit higher. A little bit of a jog on the spot. Bit of a march on the spot. Switching the feet up. Bit like Rocky. Get the boxing moves coming. Get those arms shaking. Oh yeah, that's it. Looking good. So getting ready to get started for your work for today. We're going to work in pairs to begin with. So keep moving. First two exercises, we've got the duck walks. Then we're into the burpee with a 180-degree jump. Jumping lunges, some side shuffles with mountain climbers. And then we're going to go into some 2 feet to 1 footed jumps, some frogs, and then you should recognise the crow pose. Okay, got some fantastic exercises, 6 in total. A little bit of ab work chucked in the mix for good measure as well, just to really burn that midsection out. So start jogging on the spot if you're not already. A little bit of a shake out, getting yourself ready for the first 2 exercises. So duck walks, nice and low, bit like a squat, but we try and stay there as we walk, okay? So straight across the room or your garden or wherever you're training. Try and get a good walk in there if you can, keeping low, and if you need to turn around and come back the other way, then please do so. Okay, remember, keeping low and working those legs the whole way through. Excellent, looking good people, try and stay low. If it gets too much, come up a little bit, but it's the movement that we're looking for. Those thigh muscles are not going to know what's hit them. Okay, so, fantastic, good job, that's it. Get ready for the next exercise. Burpee to 180-degree jump, let's go. So burpee, jump, straight into the other side, okay? Try and get it all as fluid as you can. So as we jump, we're hopping straight round into it. If it's more of a step than a jump, that's fine. The idea stays the same. We burpee, we change, we 180 degree. Okay? The bolder the movements, the more springiness, the more power you put into it, the harder the session is going to work for you today. The better the results are going to be. Remember, it's the grand finale. The masterpiece. And resting, well done. So shake it out, get yourself ready. We're back in for the duck walks. Remember, try and keep that bum down. Try and keep the thighs parallel to the floor if you can. And let's go. Straight back to work. That's it. It's a nice waddling walk. That's what we're looking for. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Oh yes. Fantastic. Looking good, folks. Keep it moving. So keep that bum down. Use your arms for balance and for momentum also. Brilliant, that's it. Fantastic, doing a good job there. So remember, we're working a little bit harder today than we might do normally because it's the end. Down we go, burpee, straight back in, 180-degree jump. Fantastic, good job. So the higher we jump, the more spring, the more power. Okay, really feel that body coming into life today. Feel the heart and lungs working overtime. And that's what we're here for. We're here to get results. To get results, we need to work for them. Fantastic. Good job. Nearly there, people. Come on, keep pushing. Excellent. And resting. Well done. So it's walking out, shaking out, bouncing out. Do whatever you need to. Bit of recovery time, yes. That's it. And we get ready for the next exercise, jumping lunges, okay? Should be familiar with the lunge normally, which looks like that, but this time we're going to jump and switch legs in between. Excellent, and in we go. Okay, try and get that knee as low as you can to the floor. Obviously, don't bang your kneecap on the floor. Try and get as low as you can. Okay, the higher we jump, the harder it's going to make you work. So do remember that. Fantastic, looking good. Right, next exercise, down onto the floor. Side shuffles, 1, 2, and 3. Mountain climbers. Should be aiming for a few of those to really get those abs working. And back in for the side shuffles. Heading back to where you came from. Fantastic. So we're working to a count of 1, 2, 3 side shuffles, 6 mountain climbers, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Back with the side shuffles. Okay, should really feel those muscles getting a great workout from you today. And standing back up. Well done. A little bit of a shake out, a bit of recovery time. Getting ready for those jump lunges. One more time. Let's go. So jump as high as you can. Remember, the higher we go, the harder those legs are going to work. Okay? You should really feel the thighs and bums screaming at you by the end of these. Down we go. Mountain climbers, side shuffles. Push, push, push. Let's go, people. Fantastic. So remember, we're just getting started. It's a tough session today. Don't burn yourself out right at the beginning. But we need to work to a certain level to get you some great results. Perfect. That's it. Looking good. So keep those knees moving. Remember, feel those abs working overtime. That's it. Fantastic. And resting back up to standing. Looking good. So, grab yourself a well-earned breather. I know it's a tough session. It's not easy by any means. You made it this far though, so don't think about giving up. Right, next up, 2 feet onto 1. Nice and simple. We jump from 2 feet, we land on 1, we jump back to the start. As we land, bend your knee, use your arms to reach forwards and downwards a little bit, but do not lose your technique or come off balance or lose your posture. So, Nice springy returns at the beginning if you can. Really push back with a bit of power. Okay, so what today is all about, power exercises. Fantastic. And resting, well done. So next up, we're into frog jumps. Starting position is a bit like a duck, but we're down on the floor, hands touching, leaping forwards. Excellent. Oh, yep, careful, watch out, you don't want to fall over. And again, if we need to, we turn around just like the duck walks. Nice springy bounces all the way through. There we go, perfect. Yes, it hurts. You can see I'm suffering too. Straight into the crow. So you should be familiar with the crow from yoga. We're going to try and lift and hold. Fantastic. There you go. Really feeling those upper body muscles working now. Brilliant. Good job, people. Yep, it's a burner. Right, getting ready to go back 2 feet onto 1. Get yourself set up and let's get ready to go. And dropping it in and out of the movement. Let's go, people. So nice springy return. Feel the power in those legs. Okay, feel the hard work coming to be the fruit of your labour here. Excellent. So you should really feel those legs working overtime. Feel the heart and lungs doing something. Fantastic. There we go. Perfect. Good job. Back in for the frog jumps to the crow. So remember, nice and low. Lots of height, lots of springiness. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Let's go. Fantastic. Nice and springy. Try and get the hands to touch the floor each time. Going to pop a little crow in at the end. There we go. So get those hips nice and high. Squeezing the knees into the triceps. It's all in the grand scheme of things, people. And releasing down when you're ready. Good job. So back down with the frog jumps. Let's go. So you're familiar with what we've got in store with us now. Nice and springy. Feel those legs propelling you. Excellent. And setting back up for the crow. Okay, fixing those knees in nice and tight. Abdominals engage. Finding that inner power. Okay, if you need a second, take a second. We've still got a little bit more work to do here. So if you can, try and keep with me. Remember, give it your best. That's all we're looking for. And resting when you're ready. Excellent. So, these are our 6 exercises for today. We're not finished yet though. Oh no, don't kid yourself. So we've worked them in pairs now. We're going to go down to the floor for a little bit of ab work. We'll be going back to a little circuit afterwards. But we need to hit the abs. We need to work them hard today. Remember, all that work we've put in over the last couple of weeks is coming to development today. So we're going to begin with a full V-sit crunches. So legs are nice and straight, arms are overhead, and reach into the shins or to the toes. So legs and arms working together as one unit. As the legs go down, the arms go down. As the feet come up, the hands come up too. Okay, so really squeezing that midsection, getting a bit of a stretch as you go down, but making sure that our lower back feels comfortable the whole way down. If you want to work harder, legs and arms go lower to the floor, but we do not relax fully in between. We do not let your hands and your feet touch the floor. If you want to work a little bit less, don't go as low with the legs and don't go as low with the arms. Okay, there's always options, people. Remember that. Just give it your best. Give it everything you got. Fantastic. Well done. So, tough exercise, that one. Right, setting up in a side plank position next. So we want to get our bodies in good alignment the whole way through. Feet and legs together. Elbows stacked underneath the shoulder. And we're just going to go for some side plank dips. Okay, so just like your regular side plank, but we're dropping the hip towards the floor and then lifting it straight back up. Keeping your other arm wherever you want. So we can use it for balance. You can rest it on your hip. You can rest it on the side of the body. It's entirely up to you. I want to feel that side burning. And changing over when you're ready. So straight into the other side, people. Same process. Elbow directly beneath the shoulder. Dropping those hips. Thrusting them back up into the air. So really getting into that muffin top target area that people struggle with so much. It's a great exercise for that. So steady pace. We don't need to rush. Excellent. Well done. Good job. So get on your feet. I should have mentioned before, you're going to need a hand towel or something to hang on to, or sweat towel. I'm just going to use my vest today. So I'm going to go for the standing rainbow, I call this one. So it's lateral flexion, standing up nice and tall and pushing the hips side to side. So the movement's driven from the hips, a pendulous type movement, And as I do so, I can feel the stretch and the contraction on the waist around the area that we've just hit using the side plank dips. Yep, you know it burns. Well done. Good job, people. So, quick breather. If you need to grab a drink, now's your time. Those are our 3 abdominal exercises, okay? So next up, we're going back in for our circuit. We've had a rest from the cardio. We're back in. Duck walks. Let's go. So it's a whole circuit this time. The full 6 exercises. Duck walks to begin with. Keep it moving. Quack, quack. You'll be going quackers by the end of this one. Keep that bum nice and low. Feel those legs burning. Getting yourself ready for the burpees with a 180-degree jump. And straight in there. Let's go. No messing around now. Rest only if you absolutely have to. If you feel like you're going to pass out or throw up, that's your cue to take a few seconds out. If you can push through, stay with me, give it everything you got. Brilliant. Yes, fantastic. Good job. Nearly there, folks, nearly there. Keep moving. Jump lunges are coming up next. So no rest for the wicked today. That's it, looking good. Oh yes, we love those burpees with the 180-degree jumps. You know you love them. So get yourself ready. Jump lunges coming up next. Set your feet up and let's go. Back to work. Use your arms for a bit of balance and a bit of momentum. And mainly it's the legs that we want to feel working overtime here. Okay, really pushing out. Fantastic. Side shuffles with mountain climbers coming up next. Pop yourselves onto the floor. And let's go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Keep the hips in good alignment. When we reach the ends, straight into knee drives. And back we go the other way. Nice shuffling movement. That's it. Looking good, people. So I feel that whole body getting a great workout now. So not the easiest of exercises today, but you're doing brilliant just for keeping up. Remember, give it everything you got. And rest. Brilliant. Good job. Up we come. 2 feet onto 1. Next exercise. Exercise number 5. Nice soft landing. Push back to the start. Springy as you can be. Springy as a spring lamb. That's it. So keeping it moving. Remember, you use your hands for a little bit of a reach. As we reach forwards and down, it's just going to help with balance and momentum, but it's also going to make sure your leg works out a little bit harder through the hamstrings and through the hips. But do not sacrifice your technique. Final exercise, frog jumps into crow. Let's go. So really pushing at this point. Give it everything you got. Nice springy jumps as high as you can. When we reach the end, into crow. So we're trying to hold for as long as you can here. Okay, might be 5 seconds, that's fine. Might be 10. 10's our target. Okay, if you can't quite make that, give it everything you can. And when you're ready, frog jumps. Let's go. Straight back in. Back down the other way. Ribbit, ribbit. High jumps. Try and touch the floor each time. I know it hurts, but that's why it's there. Excellent. Back into the crow when you're ready. Set yourself up. Dig those knees into those triceps. Fantastic. Looking good. So keep it steady, people. That is the end of your first circuit. All 6 exercises. Don't you feel good? Yep. Got 1 more to go though. So there's no finishing just yet. Final round. Yes, you made it this far. And let's go. Duck walks. Straight back to work. Yes. Looking good, people. Looking good. When we reach the end of your runway, turn it around. Bring those duck walks back down the other way. So we feel those legs really getting a great workout today. That's it. Looking great. Down onto the floor. Burpees. 180-degree jump. When you're ready, let's go. So burpee. Up we go. Little jump. Remember, it might be nearer a step at this point in the workout. That's fine. Just do the best that you can. Your burpees can be as high as you want. They can be as bouncy as you want. Give it your all. Give it everything you got. Excellent. Fantastic effort today, people. That's what we like to see. That's it. So no thinking of stopping. Don't stop. Keep pushing. We're nearly there. Okay, you've come this far. I know it's burning, but you want to get the most out of each exercise. If it gets too much doing the full burpees, have a rest. Well done. Getting ready for the next exercise. Yes, I know. That's me taking a breather. I'm absolutely destroyed. When you're ready, jump lunges. Let's go. So if it hasn't broken you yet, it may well do by the end of this set. And let's go. Keep pushing as high as you can. Side shuffles. Let's go straight in. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Keep those hips in line. Get into the mountain climbers. Remember, they might be more of a mountain crawl. That's not a problem. Just give it everything you got. Yes. Shuffling away. Arms, legs, midsection. Everything's working here. Your heart's going to feel like it wants to jump out of your chest at some point today. If you're working at the right intensity, that's what we're aiming for. Brilliant. Keep those knees and legs moving, people. We're nearly there. Looking good. Fantastic. Good effort. When you're ready, it's rest time. Getting ready for the 2 feet onto the 1. When you're ready, let's get going. Straight in there. So lightly hopping forwards. Bend your knee. Reach forwards with the hands. Okay, you push as hard as you want, but the more you get out of this, the more you put in. Excellent. So dig deep. Find those extra energy supplies. Anything that you've got left in the tank. Now's the time to use it up. Frog jumps. Final exercise. You know where we're going with these. Big jumps. Nice, strong crow finish on the end. Yes, please. That's what we want to see. Try and touch that floor every time. Drop your hips. Getting ready for the crow. Excellent, yep. Get that bum nice and high, people. Dig your knees in and lifting. Remember, you're holding for as long as you can. You can feel free to hold longer than me. If you can't manage to do any crows, that's fine. Do what you can. It's nearly the end of the workout. Blitz and Burn session number 5. Oh yeah, looking good, people. Come on, get back in for those frog jumps. So last exercise. I've got one more round of crow at the end here. And then you're all finished with those lovely 6 exercises from today's workout. Brilliant. Fantastic. Looking good, people. Try and hang on. Try and push through the pain. Remember, that's what we're looking for. Crowing it up to the max. Fantastic. Well done, people. Well done. Good effort. So heart and lungs should feel like they're screaming. Back in for the abs. Let's finish that midsection off today. Remember, full V-sit crunches, arms and legs, all move together as one unit. So as we're doing this, squeeze, feel the burn. So abs working overtime, that's what we want to see. Perfect. That's it, yeah. So squeeze it out. So you're working as fast or as slow as you want. And resting. Getting ready for the side plank dips. So set yourself up. Stack that elbow beneath your shoulder. Feet and legs together. And when you're ready, let's go. Dipping it up, dipping it in. Thrust those hips up into the air. Remember, the lower you go with those hips, the more challenging it's going to be on the midsection, on that waistline. Brilliant. And changing sides, straight into the other side, people. We're nearly finished, okay? Don't you think about stopping yet. And let's go. So really moving that body today. Pushing through that pain. Okay? That muffin top's going to disappear if you keep doing these sorts of exercises. Brilliant. Well done. Good job, people. Good job. So back in, standing rainbow. Next exercise. So grab your towel or your t-shirt. Get your arms overhead and let's go. Remember, pushing the hips side to side is that pendulous type movement that we're looking for. So really getting that oblique area on the sides of the waistline to stretch out. So we're pushing the hips side to side. Nice thrusting movement. Really getting a good contraction and making sure we're keeping ourselves in correct alignment the whole way through. Remember, technique comes first. Almost there. And rest. Well done. Have a little shake out, have a little loosen off, get yourselves ready for a cool down because we're all done for the day. Well done. Good job, people. So just have a little shake out, get ready for a thigh stretch. So standing up nice and tall, pull your foot in towards your bum, making sure your knees are together or relatively close. Then we're keeping the body nice and tall. You can use your other arm for a little bit of balance if you need to, making sure that we're not going to fall over. Obviously, if you need a piece of furniture or a wall to hold on to, feel free to do that as well. So, just nice deep breathing, letting the body relax as we stand in this tall posture. Change legs when you're ready. Have a little shake in between if needed, grabbing the other foot, pulling it in towards the bum. Remember, try and push that hip forwards a little bit if you can, so you're developing the stretch all the way through the thighs, as well as into the front of that hip flexor area. Perfect, well done. Nice steady breathing. So the last few seconds, getting ready for the next stretch. We're going to go into a high lunge hip flexor stretch. So when you're ready, pop your foot back down, set your feet up, dropping the back knee towards the floor slightly, stretching through the chest, through the front of the arms and through the shoulders. So we're dropping the back knee towards the floor slightly, feeling the stretch throughout that thigh and hip, and just opening up all the way through the front of the body. So really developing into that high lunge position stretch. Great stretch there, brilliant. And change legs when you're ready. Same process as stepping back with the left foot, dropping your back knee towards the floor slightly, opening up through the posture. So we can rotate the hands out slightly, so thumbs facing backwards will increase the stretch through the chest and through the upper body, as will taking the gaze up slightly. So I'm really opening up here, nice steady breathing. Fantastic, done a good job today folks. And stepping back out when you're ready, wide stance, bending your right knee and your right hip and sinking the body weight down. You want to feel the stretch all the way through that inner left thigh into the hips. And remember, we can use the hands there to take some of the weight and to give you a bit of support. But ultimately, you go as far as you feel comfortable. So again, relaxing into the stretch and change legs when you're ready. So again, if you might find one side's a little bit tighter than the other, progress into it over the course of a few seconds and see how you feel. Take it down as deep as you feel comfortable. Fantastic, good job. That's it, looking good folks. So pop yourself back up into the middle, into a gentle forwards fold, so the feet are still fairly wide, but we're just allowing the whole upper body, torso and arms just to relax fully and deeply. Releasing any tension that might have built up. Stretching out the hamstrings, the hips and the lower back to their full potential. If your hamstrings are a little bit tight, feel free to keep your legs slightly bent. Fantastic, and make your way down to the floor when you're ready. So we're just into a seated position. We're going to go for a nice bit of side flexion, so we're reaching the right arm up into the air, over to the left hand side, gently bending the torso. So you can use your left hand for a little bit of support here, bending into that left elbow slightly, just relaxing into that stretch. Feeling the whole rib cage expanding, all of those muscles relaxing. Stretching out all the way to the armpit. Okay, when you're ready, bring your hand back down, take a moment in the middle, reach your left arm up overhead and bending over to the right. So again, just bending into that right elbow as much as you need to. So we're using that right arm for a bit of support, but we're really reaching through those left fingertips, trying to stretch out the whole left side of that upper body, waistline and rib cage. Steady breathe, remember, don't hold your breath here. That's it, looking good. And back to the middle, well done. So just give your shoulders a little roll out, a little bit of a shake out if you need to. We're going to rotate towards the left next. So we're going to bring the left foot over the right leg, using the right arm to gently press on the outside edge of that left knee. So a nice bit of seated rotation. Again, Take a few moments to relax into it. Every time you breathe out, you can try and encourage yourself to rotate slightly further by pressing with the right arm and using your left hand to encourage your torso and your spine to rotate just that little bit more. When you're ready, uncross your legs, arms up in the air for a stretch, rotating the other way. So I'm bringing the right foot over the left knee now. I'm using my left hand just to press on the outside edge of that right knee to encourage me into the rotation. So I can look out all the way over my shoulder to increase the stretch, but I want to feel that spine wringing out any tension, trying to relax into it. You might feel the stretch through the midsection as well as the hips here. We have worked the midsection quite hard today, but that's a good thing. That's it, nice deep breathing, folks. Well done. So next up, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, using the elbows just to encourage the knees and the inner thighs to drop out to the sides. So I'm into the seated cobbler pose. If you feel comfortable, allow the head and the neck to relax fully into the pose also, allowing gravity to take its course there. So as I relax fully, you want to feel the stretch through the back muscles, the upper back and the neck potentially, but mainly through the groin and through the inner thighs is the main focus here. Okay, so take a moment to come back out the stretch, make your way down to a lay-in position. So laying on the back and just hugging the knees into the chest now. So try and keep the torso in contact with the actual floor and your yoga mat. And just hugging the knees in to release the tension through the lower back and through the hip area and the back of the legs. So it's a great stretch here just to finish the workout off. We have worked very hard today. And just allowing the legs to drop out to the side next. So the legs go to the left hand side. Arms are staying on the floor, shoulders remaining on the floor, stretching through the hips and through that midsection and the upper body as well. So you can keep your head looking at the ceiling, or you can rotate your head to look out over the right shoulder to increase the stretch if you desire. Again, every time you breathe out, those legs should drop a little bit lower towards the floor as we fully relax. Bring the legs back into the middle. And breathing out as we return the legs to the opposite side. So the legs have gone to the right. I'm now looking out over the left shoulder. So again, just deep breathing. You might feel a little bit tighter on one side than the other. Just allowing the whole body to relax and let go. Brilliant. Legs back into the middle. Pop yourself up to a seated position. Then transfer into a downward dog. Okay, so downwards facing dog, pushing into the hands as well as into the heels of the feet, feeling the whole back line of the body, getting a great stretch there. So feel free to bend into your knees alternatively, or at the same time just to really loosen off those hamstrings, but we're just trying to hold yourself there. Feel the stretch fully developing. Okay, just making your way up to standing slowly, rolling up through the spine, tall position, arms overhead, bringing the hands back to Namaste. Thank you and well done. That's Blitz and Burn number 5. Goodbye.